Do you know what the strongest material on Earth is? You probably guessed diamond, right? Well, in some sense, you're right. It is commonly referred to as the hardest natural substance on Earth. But, as with most things, this answer is vastly oversimplified. First, hardness, and strength, is not a single property. Materials can be very strong in one way, but not another. Some resist scratching better, while others can absorb force better. And then there are new synthetic materials that combine many of these properties. So let's get to it. I'm Mike with List 25, and these are the 25 strongest materials known to man. Diamond. This is the classic. Of course, keep in mind that in this case, hardness refers to scratch resistance. In the Mohs scale, a qualitative scale that measures the resistance of various minerals, a diamond comes in at a 10. This scale goes from 1 to 10, with 10 being the hardest. A diamond is so hard that other diamonds have to be used to cut it.
24.
Darwin bark spider silk. Often referred to as the toughest biological substance in the world, though this claim is now being contested by another biological material, the Darwin bark spider's web is stronger than steel and tougher than Kevlar. Equally as remarkable is its weight. A strand long enough to encircle the Earth's diameter would only weigh half a kilogram.
23.
Aerographite. This synthetic foam is one of the lightest structural materials in the world. It's about 75 times lighter than styrofoam, but a lot stronger. This material can be compressed to a 30th of its original size without any damage to its structure. Another way of looking at it, aerographite can carry up to 40,000 times its own weight.
22.
Palladium microalloy glass. Developed by scientists in California, this substance has almost the perfect combination of toughness and strength. The reason for this is that its chemical structure counteracts the brittleness of glass, but still maintains its strength.
21.
Tungsten carbide. Tungsten carbide is incredibly hard and has really good yield strength, but it's quite brittle when it's bent or smashed.
20.
Silicon carbide. This is the basic material used in battle tanks. Actually, it's used in almost anything that deflects bullets, grinds, or refracts. It has a Mohs hardness rating of 9 and also a low thermal expansion.
19.
Cubic boron nitride. Roughly as strong as diamond, cubic boron nitride has one major advantage. It's insoluble in nickel and iron at high temperatures. For this reason, it can be used to machine those elements. Diamond forms nitride with iron and nickel at high temperatures.
18.
Dyneema. It has been claimed to be the strongest fiber in the world. Perhaps the most amazing thing about it is that, in spite of being lighter than water, it can stop bullets.
17.
Titanium alloys. Titanium alloys are extremely flexible and have really high tensile strength, but aren't quite as hard as steel alloys.
16.
Liquid metal. Developed at Caltech, this substance is very well rounded in terms of strength. It's basically a jack of all trades, but a master of none. It has high levels of hardness, tensile strength, and resistance to fatigue.
15.
Nanocellulose. Made out of wood pulp, this new wonder material is stronger than steel. It's also cheaper. In fact, nanocellulose has been considered as a less expensive alternative to glass and carbon fiber.
14.
Limpet teeth. Earlier I mentioned how the Darwin bark spider's web was one of the strongest biological materials on Earth. However, limpet teeth are proving to be even stronger than spider webs. The teeth of limpets, aquatic snails, are extremely tough. They need to be, because they're used to remove algae from rock surfaces. Scientists believe that in the future we could copy the fibrous structure of limpet teeth and use it in cars, boats, and even aircrafts.
13.
Maraging steel. This substance combines extreme strength and toughness without losing malleability. It finds many uses in aerospace and tooling technologies.
12.
Osmium. An extremely dense element, osmium is used for things that require a high level of durability and hardness, electrical contacts, fountain tip pens, etc.
11.
Kevlar. Used in everything from drum heads to bulletproof vests, Kevlar is almost synonymous with hardness. Kevlar is a type of plastic that has extremely high tensile strength. In fact, its tensile strength is roughly 8 times that of a steel wire. It can also withstand temperatures of around 450 degrees Celsius.
10.
Spectra. High-performance polyethylene is basically really strong plastic. This lightweight, strong thread can withstand an incredible amount of tension and is 10 times stronger than steel, pound per pound. Similar to Kevlar, Spectra is also used for ballistic-resistant vests, helmets, and armored vehicles.
9.
Graphene. As an allotrope of carbon, a 1-atom thick sheet is 200 times stronger than steel. Although it looks like saran wrap, good luck busting through it. You'd have to balance a school bus on top of a pencil on top of the graphene in order to poke a hole in the sheet.
8.
Bucky paper. This nanotechnology is made of carbon tubes that are 50,000 times thinner than human hair. This explains why it's 10 times lighter than steel, but 500 times stronger.
7.
Metallic microlattice. The world's lightest material, metallic microlattice is also one of the lightest structural materials on Earth. Some claim that it's 100 times lighter than styrofoam. As a synthetic and porous, yet extremely strong material, it has uses in many fields of engineering. Boeing is mentioned using it in the fabrication of planes, mainly in the flooring, seat frames, and walls.
6.
Carbon nanotubes. Carbon nanotubes, CNTs, are, in simple terms, seamless cylindrical hollow fibers that are made up of a single sheet of pure graphite. The result is an extremely light material. At the nanoscale, carbon nanotubes have exhibited strengths of 200 times that of steel.
5.
Aerographene. Also known as graphene aerogel, imagine the toughness of graphene combined with unimaginable lightness. You can't imagine it, can you? Well, let me make it even more unimaginable. It's 7 times lighter than air. This incredible material can recover completely after more than 90% compression and can absorb up to 900 times its own weight in oil. There's hope that this material could be used to mop up oil spills.
4.
As of yet unnamed substance under development at MIT. As of this recording, scientists at MIT believe they have found the secret to maximizing graphene's 2-dimensional strength in 3 dimensions. Their, as of yet unnamed substance, may have roughly 5% the density of steel, but 10 times the strength.
3.
Carbine. In spite of being just a single chain of atoms, carbine has twice the tensile strength of graphene and 3 times the stiffness of diamond.
2.
Wurtzite boron nitride. This natural substance is produced under the intensity of volcanic explosions and is 18% harder than diamond. It's one of the only 2 naturally occurring substances that have recently been found to exceed diamonds in terms of hardness. The problem is that there isn't much of this substance out there, and it's hard to actually test it.
1.
Lonsdaleite. Also known as hexagonal diamond, this substance is also made of carbon atoms, but they're just arranged differently. Along with wurtzite boron nitride, it's one of 2 natural substances that are harder than diamond. In fact, it's 58% harder. As with the previous substance, however, it's in relatively short supply. It's sometimes formed when meteorites